Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your timeless message. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Venus. I'm going to get right into your reading and start off with the tarot card that I pulled off camera for you. And you received the Nine of Pentacles. In this deck, the Nine of Pentacles is ruled by Venus, but it's also ruled by Virgo. So you could definitely be an individual who has strong Virgo placements, or you absolutely do have Venus in Virgo. This message is for you. At this time, Virgo, you are facing a monetary gain in your life. Things for you are beginning to look differently financially. You are gaining a lot of independence at this time. And it's because you've put in a lot of hard work and a lot of attention to detail. So the Virgo energy, you guys are not afraid of the details. You're not afraid to put details into order and to make things appear and come off as representable, or like people can clearly see the hard work that you have put into your work type of situation. And that's what is being highlighted at this time. At the bottom of the tarot deck, you do have the Six of Wands talking about recognition and having victory over a situation. So you are facing a lot of abundance right now. You are, and it's something that you've been working hard towards. You've been waiting to be recognized for your hard work because you've always been this way. But you are now starting to see the fruits of your own labor. So this is a great time for you right now. Let's look and see what else is coming with this recognition and this monetary gain. Okay. So this could be finances. For a lot of you guys, it'll be in regards to finances. But this could be around your physical health as well. Witnessing and viewing a lot of gains in regards to the physical goals that you may have for yourself. That's just because the Pentacles rules over not only just the physical material, but the physical body as well. So let's try to get a clear shuffle, please, Spirit, on this timeless message for Virgo. What is the overall? Thank you. Okay, and that is the exact energy that I have been feeling, which is effort. You've been putting in a lot of effort. You've been doing a lot of work. You've been showing up. And this could be contributing to a lot of the feelings that you have been feeling, which may include burnout. But at this current moment, Spirit is asking you to take some time out for yourself at this time, Virgo. You know how your energy can be overworked. You know how you can sometimes choose to do the most because you feel like the most needs to be done in the moment, when in all actuality, you can actually take a break every now and then. And so, especially as you are starting to gain more recognition for the hard work that you do, you're able to kind of relax and not take yourself so seriously at this time, because you show up with the effort, you show up with the plans, the blueprints, you show up with what needs to be shown up with, but don't work overtime, don't work harder than you need to when you already know that you do a great job, you already know that you work hard. So if it comes to a point where something or someone is making you feel like you need to work harder because it's not enough, or you're not enough, or you're not providing enough, which you know is not true, you know that it is false, then this is the time to reevaluate. Take a time out, reevaluate your priorities, and look and see where, like, what you've been feeding that may not be feeding you. Okay. Especially because you're gaining so much. It's like you want to make sure that it's all aligned with what you're trying to make happen in your life. And that is it's going to be very important for you at this time to evaluate where you are placing your energy. All right, we have the two cards for you that flew out: Surrender, Sacrifice, and at the bottom of the deck you have Energetic Clearing. I'm going to start with the bottom of the deck first. With Energetic Clearing, it says, during crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. So Holy One herself, that could be universe, God, spirit, whatever you identify with as the creator and source of all life. During any kind of crisis right now, especially if you are feeling like things, even though they're picking up, they don't seem to be 100% satisfactory to you, even though everyone around you is cheering you on and telling you that you're doing an amazing job, because you are, you still are you're missing a certain feeling. And that is going to come right after you face this energetic clearing in your life right now. Things are coming apart in order for other things to come together. And there's a greater plan that you are not necessarily fully aware of right now. Things are looking good for you, energetically and even monetarily. But you still feel as if, and I saw the intuition card try to pop up for you as well. So you still feel something intuitively is not necessarily the most aligned with you, even though things are picking up and getting better. And I think this has to do with the surrender that you're facing. This card says, sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. So right now, I think that's what is really bothering you at this time, is you feel a lack of control. You feel like when you put the effort in, you should be able to clearly see the results. You should be able to clearly be able to map out and plan based on the praises that you're receiving. And it's not that black and white. It's not that simple. This timeless message, I feel, is here to help bring you the message of going with the flow, Virgo, and surrendering to what the universe is trying to make happen in your life. It could be a point where you have this new opportunity to make more money. You feel like it's going to bring you not necessarily just fame, but recognition for your hard work, because this is really something that you've been working hard for, is this kind of recognition and kind of like receiving appreciation for what you do because you put your love into it. And with this, you kind of have to surrender to how that is supposed to reenact in your life. Surrender to how the plans are supposed to happen, and try to map out as much as you can without trying to control the whole universe at the same time. So in sacrifice, it says, sometimes surrender, which we have now twice for you, Virgo. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So especially if you feel like you've been focusing a lot on the material, a lot on what you can gain rather than what needs to be released, Spirit is asking you to surrender. And that this surrender is a sacrifice to the things that you love and are trying to manifest in your life, that you know you've been putting the work in for it. You've been trying to make these certain manifestations appear, but it's still a letting go process that you are in the midst of. And so, again, the game is what you've been absolutely waiting for. I think Spirit is now asking you to align to something greater that is opening up into your life as well. It's like you can only see the level that is of the physical, of the material. You can't see all of the other plans that God has for you. Okay, and this is a difficulty for you, Virgo. It looks like you have the square energy out here. Astrologically, a square is depicted as a challenge between two or more planets. But this card is representing a challenging situation in your life right now, and it symbolizes a mountain that you are climbing at this current moment. And again, it says that sometimes surrender is painful. So this is not going to be easy. It's not an easy time. I don't think you necessarily look for easy, Virgo. You look for perfection, and perfection, does come at a cost. You know that it's, not necessarily ever reachable, but as closely to it as possible. And that can be challenging for you, especially when you're letting go. Because it's kind of almost as if you're asking Spirit, how can I be certain that this is perfect for me? Like, how can I be certain that if I surrender and I let go, that my life is not going to turn into complete shit. It's like, I want to make sure to make sure to make sure to make sure. That's how detail oriented you can be at times. And Spirit made you that way for a reason. You're detail oriented for a reason. You're able to pick up on things, place things together, put things together neatly and aesthetically for a reason. And it's not, you don't have to take it to the max where you need to plan every single thing out. That's what this is feeling like. It's like your effort can be adjusted because you may be putting in too much, especially when you have time out here at the bottom of the deck. It's something intuitively that you know that you're needing to take a time out from something because it's becoming a challenge for you letting this thing grow or go naturally as it should. I'm going to keep shuffling and see the astrological energy for this timeless message. Along with the square, I think that there are more harmonious energies that you're working with in order to create this gain in your life. It's just difficult trying not to control it all as it comes in. You're like, okay, well, thank you. Now show me, how this is going to happen. And I'm trying to make this happen. And Spirit is saying, take one goal at a time. Thank you, Spirit. Take one goal at a time. We have Aquarius energy here with the radical. So some of you could have heavy Aquarius energy in your natal chart alongside the Virgo energy that you have. This Aquarius energy is making you feel experimental, but also you keeping your rationality in times where you need that balance. I think at this time right now you are feeling really unique because you're being able to witness what you bring to situations and other experiences that people don't have. Like you have a certain skill, mindset, or ability that other people do not have or are not able to bring to the table quite like you. This makes you very unique, and it makes you very eccentric, but it also makes you a good person to have in a group environment because you add that special touch. And I think you're coming into more recognition about this. You could be interested in humanitarian things at this moment that is going to help free and liberate other people, like-minded people like you. I think at this time you are looking very future forward for a futuristic lifestyle in your life and replicate it again in those around you as well. And I feel like what Spirit is asking in this sacrifice and this surrender is for you to go for your dreams, your most radical dreams, in a detached way, not necessarily succumbing to the challenges, succumbing to the things that feel more difficult, whether it's in letting go or, going after something that feels scary and new and out of your league, that feels disruptive to whatever system you think is supposed to be in existence in your life. Spirit wants you to surrender to that. Surrender to what your intuition is trying to tell you, where it's trying to guide you. It is for a reason. It is for a reason. And so, let the pain wash away, because there's a lot of painful in the surrender. There's a lot of feeling. It literally says feels as if you're dying. And that could be very dramatic energy, but there is a part of you right now, Virgo, that is dying off. There's a part of you that is shedding away. It is the part that overworks. You overwork yourself to get the same results as if you would just planning smarter, not harder. So there's a lot changing for you at this current moment. I can't know precisely in every single individual's life, but I feel like you're gaining a lot of wisdom through the tough challenges. You have Saturn at the bottom of the deck. This energy brings discipline. When there's a challenge, you are disciplined to figure it out because you don't want to sit in those uncomfortable feelings anymore. So surrendering to the wisdom, the literal life lessons that are trying to manifest in your life right now. Again, I told you, this is not just, oh, I'm getting money this month and it's going to rain in and everything's fine and dandy and I don't have to worry about anything else. It's like you have great finances showing up for you. You're in a healthy spot. You're in an independent spot. But again, being in this independence is challenging because now it's up to you to do what you actually really want to do, what you're actually really called to do, not what you feel like you should do, not what you feel like you should put effort into. Sacrifice those thoughts. Surrender those thoughts of, oh, I should be doing it this way. I should be doing it that way. And I'm just waiting for Spirit to guide me in the direction that I should be going in. And it's like, you're waiting for something that's not meant to happen in that way. It's meant to happen in a more divine way that Spirit is more aware of than any of us. So, challenging. It will not be the, walk in the park that you imagine when other people are talking about liberation and freedom and healing. It's not peaches and cream. It's not beautiful roses all the time. Healing is difficult, and it is as difficult as the things that you have already been through. Healing is recovering from the things that you have already been through. So that's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but it's going to be satisfying. It's going to be liberating to give it all to Spirit, to give it all to God, and to be guided in a divine way. Thank you, Spirit. You have the world and you have the moon, okay? So those flew out very intentionally for you. 2 major arcana cards. So this is going to be life changes that are coming to you. This timeless message, I'm recording it in May, but you could listen to it at any time. And at the time that you're listening to this, there are major life cycles changing in your life right now, Virgo. Major life changes. I feel like the way that you view yourself, the way that you go after your goals, the way that you express yourself emotionally, the way that you listen to your intuition, many changes are taking place for you right now. And this is because you are learning a new theory to life, a new way of life that is helping you move away from the more difficult things that you have been dealing with. You are learning how to surrender. You are learning how to sacrifice all of the negativity, all of the difficult things that you have been carrying around in life. No one is born with all the information. No one is born knowing how to heal. We are all figuring it out. We are all on this world to figure it out, to figure out the science of life and why we're meant to live the life that we are in existence with. Not to self-pity ourselves, but to look at the pattern. To look at the pattern of cycles that have continuously closed in your life. So that when you are moving through cycles, you pick up the theme a little bit quicker. And you start to realize, okay, so in this life cycle, in this theme, I'm actually meant to address these emotions that I'm feeling. I'm actually meant to address these negative thoughts that I'm feeling in order to ironically let them go. So, and you have the Lover's card. It kind of flipped out upside down, so I'm going to actually keep it in this instance because to me, the Lover's card is talking about truly recognizing yourself in this moment, learning about your uniqueness, learning about who you are and why you are so special, learning about your purpose and your right to live, and learning about how you make decisions, but how it's not necessarily always because it's for your best interest, spiritually, it's because it's for your best interest monetarily. Like you be trying to get to the bag and the bag is now so heavy because you spent so much energy trying to get to said bag, you can't even hold it right. You can't even carry it right. It's just too heavy. You're tired. So with the Lovers in reverse, Spirit is asking you to take some time out to love on yourself in any way possible. People can give you ideas about how to do these things all day, but it's really what works best for you, Virgo. So whether that's tapping into your creativity by painting or drawing or going to an art gallery or connecting to creativity in that way, journaling, reading books that make you think deeply, like psychological books, something to help you tap into your soul in your own unique way and to learn yourself more at this time. Surrender to it. Don't fight it. Don't fight slowing down. Don't fight when your creativity pops up and you want to do something that's crazy. You want to do something that's radical. You do actually have Aquarius energy twice, so you could have Mercury in Aquarius as well. But just knowing that you are a quirky individual and certain expressions of yourself deserve to be honored. And with the Lovers in reverse, it feels as if you aren't at this current moment, but this is a cycle that is closing for you. You're trying to get more emotionally in depth and in tune with yourself. You also have the Two of Swords with the energy of peace, Moon in Libra. So you could be a Virgo sun and also have Moon in Libra, or any other of the Virgo placements with Moon in Libra as well. But the Two of Swords is referencing to your peace and how at this time it's really going to be important for you to choose peace. Choose peaceful situations rather than hyping up the negative thoughts in your mind, hyping up the self-doubt or the disbelief of you and your purpose. It's going to, again, not be the easiest. It's not going to be the easiest to choose to open up and be vulnerable. It's not going to be the easiest to choose to even go after, what it is that you deserve with this Nine of Pentacles, because that's where you're really getting your independence, is when you stand up for yourself financially. That was for someone very specific. But the Two of Swords talks about peace. You are going to have a lot of peaceful moments coming to you at this time. I mentioned that it will be challenging, but that will not be it's not because you're lacking peace. It'll just be the more that you face your challenges, the more that you face what scares you, and what scares you into being vulnerable, the more peace that you have to gain. The more peace that you have to gain. That's all that you have to gain. It's not like you are, and I've said this, I think, many times before, it's not like you're hashing up old memories just for pain's sake. It's for you to do something useful with that which has already happened, and to not even just look at it in another light, but to look at your purpose around it. Look at how it shaped your purpose around whatever challenging situation may be with you at this time. This is where you're going to find your radical energy. Is when you sacrificially get rid of your fears of looking at yourself deep and vulnerably, and when you choose a more radical approach to thinking and existing in life. At the bottom of the deck, you also have the Page of Pentacles. So as more money is coming in, you may be interested in doing like financial literacy to understand more about like what it is that you can do with your finances. Maybe just being more organized with what you have in order to, it's like with the Swords energy mixed with the Pentacles energy, it's kind of like you're thinking about money differently and where you are allocating resources. It feels like some of you could be doing your budget over. Some of you could just be, receiving more money and thinking about how you want to invest wisely in yourself, but also invest sensually in yourself. Like, treat yourself to something. With the Lovers in reverse, you might not always treat yourself in the most productive way. And I say productive because you can treat yourself and buy yourself, something that you don't necessarily need, or you could treat yourself and buy yourself something that you've been saying. You've been saying that you need something. That's for also someone specific. If you have the gain to do it, then Spirit is encouraging you to treat yourself in an aligned manner at this time. Do I want this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Yep. Okay. All right, so you have 2 angel number messages, and one right here and one on the bottom of the deck. So for you, Virgo, it says that you are tactful. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. So you are very tactful. You are very innovative. Again, with all this Aquarius energy, I guess it's come to a point where you just don't believe these things about yourself. And so this is your reminder, angel number 26, which actually breaks down to the number 8, which is all around your abundance. You are abundant when you believe these things about yourself and when you move in the world with the belief of these things about yourself. I'm going to repeat it. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. I'm not going to do that again. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the angel number 18, which breaks down to a number 9. You can see there is an escalation and involvement in the numerical order here for you, which means that you are gaining new knowledge, gaining new experiences, and gaining new experiences in order to close out old cycles. So you are kind-hearted. You are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need and with the highest good of all. So yes, your goals are definitely taking a restructuring as well. I did mention your budget, but it could just be your goals as well as taking a restructuring to ensure that everyone is receiving the highest good in a certain situation. It could be career, it could be your health, it could be anything for you, Virgo. I see you doing a lot of efforts to make these things happen. But sometimes Spirit is saying it's best to just take a time out as well. You have these 2, what's the word? You have these 2 different energies showing up in your reading, basically saying success, flow, success, and space. It's basically saying go slow, but also go at your own pace. Go slow, but go at your own pace. Like, have fun with this journey at this time. Don't overthink it. You don't have to think too much or too hard. Don't doubt your choices. When you start to doubt what is instinct, what comes intuitively to you, then you start to doubt what your intuition is connected to, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. You have surrender showing up again, but I'm going to keep shuffling because they kind of just went everywhere. Virgo, timeless message for Virgo. I'm going to shuffle this one card and then we'll get into the tea leaves for a more futuristic look to end your reading. I just wanted one more card. And I don't like that. I'm going to have it a clear answer, or a clear conclusion to your energetic reading. Let's see. Pain. Okay. And creativity. So I feel like you, Virgo, often are in awe of people who can turn pain into their creativity, how they can create something out of their pain, how they can transmute it into something different. And Spirit is saying that you have this power, whether it is through words or speech, like speaking to people, or your words written down, whether it is from whatever it is that you create and you feel like, I wish that I could do this. I wish I could put my pain into my creation. But I just feel like that's too vulnerable. That's too intimate. That's too much. You're going to have to make a decision, Virgo, to really put your all into it. And when you put your all into it, that must include the pain that it took to get to where you were at. That was a really, a really deep message for this. But I feel like there's an underlining like type of energy that you have not been able to recognize and heal fully or completely or even partially just yet, which is okay. This is literally at your own divine timing. No one is rushing you or scolding you because it has taken you however long to look at your pain and say, I can work with that. That's nobody's business but you and God, okay? So this is just Spirit's message of saying, okay, what do you want to do with this? Like, how do you want to turn this experience that you had into your own treasure, So I'm going to look at the tea leaves to see what is in your future. I'm going to keep shuffling because that one kind of just flew out randomly. It says dagger. Fear, worries, or tense situations. I'm going to leave that down there where it belongs anyway, because we are removing our fears. We are releasing the tension in our shoulders and taking deep breaths. Because I feel like you are needing to prepare for something and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about it. Everything is working out divinely in its own plan, in Spirit's plan. So let's see what the tea leaves have to say for you and your future. The near future. And let's turn this message. Yes, thank you. Okay. Okay. All right. So a few different energies. I'm going to actually put this one out because at the bottom of the deck, you have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted for you at this time. Be patient, Virgo, as your wishes are being granted. It takes a lot for the universe to move the whole world around, just for our will, just for our wishes and our wills. So as that is happening, do you know how long it takes to put a needle in a thread, or a thread through a needle? It takes a minute. So, and then we have the bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. So you had two different energies. You had, like you've had in this whole reading, you had the ink pot, which signifies problems to be resolved. And if you can see, the ink pot has actually spilled over. So it feels as if, you know what it feels like to like have a big spill and you're kind of just like, oh, I was doing everything in my power to keep myself from making this mess. And it's like, let the mess happen. You're not in control, but you do have some cleaner, right? Like things are not permanent. Even if ink feels permanent, it's like those things can successfully be overcome. So problems to be resolved, successfully overcoming a problem. Lots of things are being resolved for you at this time with, again, not a lot of effort from you in the way that you think. Okay, just show up. Just show up with a clear palette. Show up open-minded, open-hearted into certain situations, and solutions will be revealed to you. You also have basket, which is what I wanted to keep, the energy I wanted to keep out for you, with recognition and reward for merit. So you absolutely are being recognized at this time. It could be a promotion. It could be an award. It could be anything that someone is recognizing about you right now. Your uniqueness, your radical energy, even maybe your pain could be recognized by others at this time, but you are being rewarded for this recognition. You also have the gavel, involvement with the law. So some of you could really be having issues with the law. It could be financial issues like taxes or anything like that. Again, period, you are covered. You are taken care of. Yes, these things cause worry. Yes, it is valid to be worried and to carry that energy inside of yourself, but sometimes it is just as valid to let it go. It does not actually serve a purpose other than to let you become aware of what is unaligned in your life. You do not have to carry the pain. You do not have to carry the discomfort. You do not have to believe the things that you believe about yourself present day that you know aren't true. Virgo. So I hope that you enjoyed this in-depth timeless reading. If you did, please let me hear about it down in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. And I would love to see you in another reading. I will see you later. Peace.